Hello and welcome to Blue Girls Video Podcast. I'm going to be covering April of 2013 today. The first dream is stream. There was a river and people would leave furniture in the stream and you could go get it. So I found a dresser. This woman thought I went out and bought new clothes. So I said, I'll tell the bitch myself. I was going to go to Florida with my mom, but it was getting late and was dark out. It happened suddenly. Then I was somewhere. There was a computer and one guy had the day off. It was like a coffee place with internet. My ride showed up for Medicare, even though I didn't request one. Okay, so this was kind of an odd dream in which there was a stream, and the stream was actually Minnehaha Falls in the Midwest. And somebody just left a piece of furniture out there. I think it was like a dresser, a brown dresser, a kind of a thread bar dresser, but they just left it there. And it's like a little river. It's a small little river where it was at. It's wasn't real deep or anything, but somebody just tossed it there. And so whatever, this woman, I guess some expense came up, and so the woman thought I went out and bought new clothes, and so I was like, I'll tell the be myself, because that's not what I did. I don't know what it was about. Me and my mom, it was getting late. We were going to go to Florida, but I guess it was too dark out, and it happened suddenly. Okay, so we were somewhere where there was computers, and the landlord, I think, had the day off. And this was actually like in my current residence, not my current, but in 2013, they had computers downstairs, and you could use them like at a certain time between certain hours. And I guess I had a ride that showed up. Even though I didn't request one, which doesn't make sense. But anyway, piece of the pie. I was at this house sitting at a dinner table with a light brown haired girl. She smelled some pies. This girl mentioned her dream, and I was like, hey, we both had the same dream. 3. I was sitting next to this overweight girl with red hair on top, back towards me with a jacket on. This girl was wearing summer clothes, slimmer in summer. Then there was this really tall, blonde-haired, blue-eyed boy, early 20s, that I asked to bring me to fast food. I wanted to get a slice of pizza, not entire pizza. Okay, so this dream, it wasn't me, but it was a girl who had dark hair. She's probably in her 20s, and she was at this house, this girl's house, and there was another guy there. He was tall with blonde hair. So they were meeting or whatever, and I guess they had a piece of the pie, a piece of pie. It's just symbolic of I'm gonna get a piece of the pie. And so these two girls had the same dream. And so it was some kind of, I don't know what the dream was, but they had the same dream. And then I remember this girl with the dark hair. It was kind of wavy, curly a little bit. She was overweight. She's wearing a jean jacket, and her back was towards me, and she had her hair up. I don't know if it was in a bun or what. And it sounds like she was slimmer in the summer, and I've had dreams in which I was slimmer, but that was a dream. So I don't know who this tall guy is. He's blonde. They're all about the same age. They're in their early 20s. So whatever, I think one of them wanted to go and get a slice of pizza, kind of like a pie, a slice of pie, a slice of pizza. And then, so the next one is Destination Ireland. I was sitting across from an Asian guy. I was helping him decide on where to go. He said someplace green, and I suggested Ireland. One girl didn't have enough money to go with him, so I told him to go alone and that I would be scared. There was this girl at an art class, and someone asked her to hook up some guy, and she told everybody. She didn't hook up with him. She's not like that. Okay, so I don't know why, but I was in a room with an Asian guy across from me, and I think it was some kind of legal issue going on. And I don't know why I would be helping him where, telling him where he would go. And he said he wanted to go to Ireland, or I suggested Ireland. Okay, that's what it says. So whatever, I guess that whoever he was going to go with, she didn't have enough money to go. This is in 2013. And he was probably, I don't know, in his 20s as well. And I told him I would be scared. Well, this is true because, I've only gone, I have gone to Canada and I have gone to Mexico, but they were usually just day trips. So, kind of just go over there and come back. I'm apprehensive about going somewhere where I'm in Mexico. As soon as you cross the border, most people speak Spanish. There are some that do speak English, but I just kind of get nervous about going alone and not knowing, or just, having it be, Spanish as a main language down there. And so that would be my concern. I would just want to go with somebody just because of that. So I don't know, there was some girl in an art class, and I think someone asked her to hook up, some guy, and she didn't hook up with the guy. But I think, it says here she told everybody, but she's not like that. But from what I remember, I thought that the girl was a lesbian. So I don't know, but whatever, either way, she was in our class and she didn't hook up with the guy. And she told everybody about it. Winnebago. Okay, I was with a family on a Winnebago motorhome. We were traveling. I went through parts of California, which I was excited about, Fresno. Okay, so I don't remember the family at all, and I don't know who this family was. Cooling off. I was at a man's house. He had a huge house. We were sitting at this table. Then this woman wanted to move into her friend's place with her 2 kids. She was going to bring a mattress but was afraid of bed bugs, so she didn't. There was this long circular tube thing, and one lady asked, "Do you know what this is?" She was actually going to spend the night until things cooled off with her boyfriend. So I'm not for sure what was going on with her boyfriend, and she had 2 kids, but I think that she was bisexual. Because I remember them being sexual in this dream, the 2 women. So whatever, the man, he had this nice house, and he was pissed off about something. I don't know what. I know it was something about money, obviously. So she wanted to go to her friend's place, friends with benefits or whatever, with her 2 kids. And she was going to bring a mattress, but she was afraid of bed bugs. So whatever, she just wanted some place to go to cool off because her boyfriend was, it sounded, from what I remember in the dream, he was very upset about something. Okay, sucked in. I was at this house in a room. There was vents in the walls, and my stuff started getting sucked into the vents, but I stopped it. The first week of the month longer, I wanted to know what movie was going to be played. It was a religious movie that I wanted to see. This was right around the time that I went to go see Joyce Meyers in Portland, Oregon, because I remember this dream coming close to this time. So I don't know what this was about, my stuff getting sucked into the vents. That's kind of strange. But, I'm wondering if, kind of got sucked into something, like a situation, but then it stopped. So I'm not for sure what was going on. The first week of the month longer, I wanted to know what the movie was going to be played. And see, it says right here, religious movie. So, that I wanted to see. That was Joyce Meyer's Day Trip. You are not supposed to have pets. I couldn't talk. She wanted to arrange a meeting where we could talk. I was like, oh, that is what you wanted. I was storing my stuff, a lot of suitcases at this one place. This one guy was like, try going to this one place, $200 a day or week, no lock on doors. Then I thought I'd go to El Paso. I know I'd been there before, but I thought I'd explore more of Mexico for a day. Then some girl was helping me. It was a lot of work. Something about leaving from Everett. It was like a foreign language, and my mom and some number used to be close. My mom and I used to be close when I was younger, and I said, you let you let my youngest brother stay there? Why can't I? Okay, so this situation, I think it was about an apartment. You're not supposed to have pets, so I think that the previous resident got in trouble because she had all these pets. Or she had a pet that she wasn't supposed to have, probably like a gerbil, or not really a gerbil, but a guinea pig or a hamster or a rabbit or something. I just remember it wasn't a regular pet that people would have. I couldn't talk. So I think that maybe she couldn't talk or I couldn't talk. We had difficulty contacting each other, getting a hold of each other. So she wanted to arrange a meeting. So yeah, I remember storing my stuff. I had a couple of suitcases and I was going to store them in the storage locker. And I think there's a place in Pacific Northwest where you can store if you live in that area, you can like store your stuff free someplace. I don't know if they still have it or not. And it says 200 days, probably 200 a week. It says no locks on doors, so maybe, I don't know. Well, then it says here I wanted to go to El Paso. I have been to El Paso once, and that was what I was talking about from Mexico. I just walked across the border and came back. And this was a long time ago when you could use your ID or driver's license to do that. It says, I know I've been there before, but I thought I'd explore more of Mexico for a day. Okay, so this is like I wanted to go there again, but I only went there once. El Paso was kind of like, there's really nothing where I was at. I didn't even really explore much of El Paso. Everybody just goes across the border. And I just went during the day. Like, I got something to eat, took some pictures, and came back. That was it. So some girl was helping me. There was a lot of paperwork that had to be done. And I think I had a trouble. There was leaving. It was like a foreign language. So I think it might have been something legally, or I had difficulty understanding what the papers were about, or some of it. Okay, so right here, when I was younger, my mom and I used to be close. Well, we were close. We were close when I was younger, and then the older I got, I wanted to be more independent, and so we weren't as close, but we were always, like, when we would get together, that closeness would still be there. So what was going on is, it says when I was younger, whatever, someone let my brother stay there. Why can't I? So there might have been something going on in the dream where my brother was staying somewhere, and I couldn't tag along. I couldn't come with. So that's why I was like, well, you let my brother stay there. Why can't I stay there? And I have no idea where it was at. So let's see here. So four directions. I was somewhere in a small town walking with small stores. One direction I saw big boats, and then another. I was trying to get to downtown. There were 4 directions. I forgot my check and my check card to get some makeup. Okay, so I remember I was walking in a small town in the Pacific Northwest, and I remember looking in one direction. I saw boats. I don't know what I saw in the other direction. That's why, the reason why I say 4 directions is because I remember looking at the boats, and I think it was kind of like an intersection. So one direction, front and back, or north and south. But I just remember they had just like small little stores. I don't remember what the stores were, and it was a pretty small town, downtown area. And makeup. So I have seen this word several times, not recently, in my dreams. And to me, it's not makeup like as in stuff you put on your face. It's like makeup, like there's some kind of debt that needs to be made up, makeup. And I'm not for sure what that debt was. There's no amount in here. So I don't know, but it's not makeup for on your face. 4 o'clock. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, but it was still dark out. I was outside and there was snow on the ground, but it wasn't cold. There was benches and there was a station, and a man was working at the station. Yeah, so I remember that, and this had snow, and this is in April of 2013. So this must have been like, usually at the time when I lived in the Pacific Northwest, I've said this before, that I would have dreams, and then I would get them like a month in advance. So, and sometimes, these dreams are like, most of them did come true, but because I was like dodging destruction a lot of the times. But like sometimes that it could happen like a year or two later, similar. Like sometimes I would have a person's name in January, and then the next year in January, the same person's name, a different person would come up. So, but anyway, back to the dream. Yeah, so I remember this dream, and I was sitting outside on a bench, and there was some snow, not a lot of snow, just a little snow. And I was waiting for it was a train station to open up. It says here, I think it's a station, but it was a train station. And I just remember, I don't know why I was out there at 4 o'clock in the morning, but there was nobody around. I think that there might have been somebody, I think they're about ready to open, because I think there was somebody actually inside the train station. I just remember there being like a guy, who worked there inside, because, I'm not going to be out there at 4 o'clock unless it's going to open pretty soon. That's the only reason why I'd be out there. And it was odd as I didn't have any luggage or anything. So I don't know, maybe I just was going to buy a ticket. I have no idea. But that's what that was going on in that dream. Okay, so this is the end of the dreams for April.